What up, everybody? What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. First time here. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of y'all support. Yes, I had this same shirt on Sunday's video. It's actually Sunday now. I'm making two videos. This one here will be posted probably Wednesday or so. So if you see me wearing the same shirt two times, whatever, not that we have to explain ourselves, but you know how people, oh, Professor X, this money, he doesn't have any clothes. It's okay. I made two videos the same day. So again, hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend and enjoy family and friends. I came across a word that you probably see unless YouTube flag it or something which they shouldn't, but if they don't flag it, you'll see the word hobosexual in the title. That's not a typo. I didn't mess up and mean to put a M instead of a B. So I meant to put hobosexual. And I thought I would come on because it was an interesting word. I had to look it up a little bit, do a little research, find out what it was. And I said, well, let me make a video or maybe help somebody because I have had friends in my life, female friends, that have fallen prey to the hobosexual. When I was growing up, the word hobo is not really used as much as it was back in the 80s and the 90s, so it seemed. But I remember when we used to travel up and down the interstate with my dad, being military and whatnot, we'd be going from one state back to North Carolina to check on his house and family reunions and vacations. You would see normally a man looking worn, weather worn in the face, carrying a knapsack, sometimes tied to a stick. And I would say when I was younger, mom, dad, who is that? Why he look like that? Clothes tattered and ripped. And they would say, that's a hobo, which I just, I wrote it off as just being someone homeless. But there are a couple of differences. The hobosexual, and it can be man or a woman, but generally the stereotype is on a man. The majority of the time, I think men do this. And they will prey on women who like to rescue men or help men that's down and out, down on their luck, kind of like you take in a puppy that may have got, away from his family. You take in a puppy, you love it, you nurture it, puppy love you to death, loyalty, all of that. Sometimes women feel the need to do that. And so they can become open to this type of male. Sometimes women simply are afraid to be alone. And again, they will be open to this kind of male. The homosexual is a kind of male that almost as soon as y'all start dating, he's trying to move in. His goal is actually to move in quick. Because at the end of the day, he does not want to be homeless. Or he's in a situation where he may have a place to stay, but it's not stable and he needs to get in a more stable place. So in order to do that, because they're very good at what they do, they can locate women and talk to women who may have their own place, their own home, their own apartment, their own setup, their own car, and has a desire to rescue or help men get on their feet. And the homosexual will step in acting as if he's interested in the woman, although what he's really interested in is simply having a place to stay. But he will use relationships, so it seems that he really wants to have a relationship with this woman he would use that to get his foot in the door so he can very quickly ask if he can move in. And again, because they know how to pick these type of women, you're not going to get a lot of rejection because again, these women are looking to help and they probably want a man in the house anyway. He's going to be a guy that is almost always in between jobs. Y'all have met those kind of men, those kind of people. What do you work at? I'm in between jobs right now. I'm trying to figure it out. And he's playing on, playing a victim a little bit. He's trying to touch your heartstrings because he knows the next thing you're going to ask is, well, do you have a place to stay? How you living? Where I'm staying with my cousin, but man, they smoke weed all the time. I can't stand being around me. I wish I had some place to go. That kind of thing. I'm staying with my baby mom, but we fussing all the time. The environment is not good and not healthy for our baby, our kid, or whatever. If I only had some place to go, I would get out of there. God knows I would. He gonna talk like that because again, he wants to pull on the heartstrings of that woman to try to get her to say, well, why don't you come move in with me? And then, he said, I'll come in, move in for a little while. I'll try to help you out. And again, with the illusion of a relationship. And women will fall for it because they fall for the illusion. This is a guy that is a smooth talker. He ain't got a lot going for him, but he's a smooth talker. He probably got a good talk game to him. The ones that I know of personally had a very good, they were very street savvy and had a very good talk game to him. And make a woman think that he is sure enough interested in me. And if I can somehow change him and help him get on his feet, he's going to be loyal to me. And he's always going to be around. See, that's the thing, that's the illusion that the women fall for. A homosexual is always going to be around. That gives a woman comfort. He's always going to be there. See, it ain't like you dating another guy that's kind of on the go, on the move, got stuff going on, so you don't know where he's at. You don't know when he's coming back, maybe late, maybe early. He can't be dependent on, but you love him, y'all good, but he ain't always there. You may want somebody to talk to, somebody to conversate with. He ain't always there. But a homosexual, though, that man ain't going nowhere. He gonna be in your face all the time. And that will give some women comfort because he's always there. He may even be handy. The ones that I knew was very handy. They could fix things around the house. They could tinker with your car, kind of a shade tree mechanic. You may be single. You may be a single mother. Your car may tear up. Your car may act up. The homosexual can come out there, tinker around with a little thing. All it really is the cable on your battery terminal is loose. But he go in there, he figure out what it is immediately, right? Because he done been around or he done helped some people. Yeah, he done helped some people. Y'all remember back in the day, those of y'all old enough, y'all remember the TV series, David Banner. You know how he used to go town to town. He learned how to do this because everywhere he went, he learned a trade, a skill. He could help somebody build a carnival, help somebody work in the garage, that sort of thing. So when he lift the hood, he already knows the check for the bases. He gonna see immediately, oh, her cord is loose. But he not gonna tell you that though. So he ain't got nothing else to do. So while you in there cooking fish and making Kool-Aid, he gonna be outside smoking a cigarette, acting like he really putting in work on your car. He already done tightened the battery, but he can't do it quick because that's gonna leave him seeming like he ain't nothing to do. He's being lazy, whatever. So he gotta stay out there, kind of like the real mechanics do. He gotta stay out there 2 hours or so, smoking a cigarette, goofing off in the yard, acting like he working on the car when really the car was fixed in 15 minutes. But he's handy. She don't care. All she know is she gonna get up in the morning and the car will crank. The battery's good, and have so much gratitude towards this guy because he fixed her car. He tightened up the screws on the door handle that was hanging loose. He helped her hang up some blinds. Blah blah blah. Maybe help her straighten out her garage. All of the things that women may kind of want a man for. She gonna be glad he gonna be able to do it. But what she not gonna realize is he ain't really going to work. He ain't really, if he is working, because it ain't like they lazy. They just always moving around. They're not gonna stay at one job very long. That's kind of what makes them a hobo. They're gonna do something for a little while, and they may even do like those work today, get paid today type job. They're not gonna go get a real career type job. They'll get one of them jobs that can work, get paid pretty quick, and then he gonna tell you, at the end of the week, let me know. I'm gonna give you $75 on the groceries. But 40 of that, he probably it's gonna go to alcohol. So $40 of the $75 he give you, he gonna ask you to bring him back some Bud Light, whatever it is, and he drinks some Ice House, and you think he's doing something because he gave you $75 a week for groceries, and then more than half of it went towards stuff that he didn't even need to get. He gonna drain your resource. He ain't gonna put in on the internet he using. He gonna put in on the light bill he using. He ain't gonna put in none of that stuff. He gonna play your son, PlayStation, all that stuff. He ain't putting in on none of that. When he take your car down the street with it, he ain't putting no gas in it. He gonna be little by little by little draining your resource, but you're not gonna realize what he's doing because again, he's present all the time. He's always around, and he's handy. But just know this. Keep this in the back of your mind for those of you that want to help the hobosexual. Remember that when a better situation comes about, he will leave you for another situation because they don't stay anywhere long. That's what you have to keep in mind. Something is going to come up that maybe an argument. Man, he said, man, I'm tired of all the arguing. I'm going to stay with my grandma. That's what the guy did that I knew. He would go to his grandma's house, then he would meet a woman like, that wanted him to come in. He would go stay with her for 4 or 5 months. They would have an argument. He would cheat on her, get caught, go back to his grandma's house and start the process all over again. So that brings me to my next point. Normally, and ladies, this was going to get you right here too. Normally, the homosexual is very good in bed because they have skilled and honed in on their skills to romance a woman, especially sexually, to get her to do what he needs them to do. His sex game, now he ain't gonna make love to you now. Now, if you decide to want to be made love to and all those different type of things, not so much. But he probably a lot of times he probably working with at least eight, nine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He working with something. He know I can always use this tool for those that like a good pounding, little pounder, powder. He know. And then you could be frustrated because you realize, man, I was gone all day. This dude didn't clean the house. And then he's good at reading people. He take you by the hand, take you in the, tell your son or whatever. He play the PlayStation real quick. I gotta talk to your mom about how we gonna get more money in the house. The little kid don't get paid no never mind. He take you in the room and and you just like, oh my goodness, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I don't want nobody else to have this. And when you come out the room, you back he done nailed you back in, so to speak. Yeah, he done zeroed you back in to use some gun talk. He done zeroed the sights back in, so you good to go. Generally, these guys are very good in bed. They know what they're doing in the bedroom. They are no slouch in the bedroom. They're going to give you everything you're looking for. But at the end of the day, remember this. They are there for survival. They are not there because they are really interested in a relationship with you. Relationship is what they're using as a strategy to get what they really want, which is a roof over their head and food to eat. It is to survive. It's similar to that of like a bum or a regular hobo, but they're using sex and romance as part of their plan, their core, in order to survive. So you're not confused. A bum, because they all work similar, they all want to survive. A bum has no ambition. He ain't really gonna work at all. He may stand at the bum will be the one at the corner just holding up a sign, pretty much saying, give me some of the money you work for today. God bless. And if you don't give them none, they're gonna give you the middle finger. That's the bum. The hobo will work, but they're not gonna stay at one place at one time. They're gonna work somewhere, cut grass for a little while, go work for this factory back in the day when they had factories, go do this for a little while, go do this labor ready type job today for a little while, go help somebody, at a garage, just get paid on the table for a little while. They're not going to stay there. But a hobo will work. He has a little ambition of work, but he ain't going to stay at one place at one time. A hobosexual has learned that if I can use sex and romance on women that feed off of trying to build me up and take me in like a puppy, I can use this talk game I got, this sex game I got, this wood I got to survive. That's the difference between a bum, a hobo, and a homosexual. Okay? Just keep it in mind. At the end of the day, his main goal is to survive. That's it. He has to perpetrate like he's into you. He's not into you. That's why one or two arguments, he's out of there. He's gone. He ain't gonna deal with it. That's just a reason for him to go. Okay? He wants to survive, and he wants to do it on somebody else's dime. Beware of the homosexual. Bye.